Something strange is happening in America. People are working more than ever, yet life feels harder every year. Rent keeps rising, groceries cost more, healthcare is more expensive than ever. But here's the confusing part. We're told the economy is doing fine, jobs are being created, inflation is cooling. So why does everything feel unaffordable? In this video, we're breaking down why America's cost of living crisis keeps getting worse. For decades, the basic deal was simple. If you worked harder, your standard of living would improve. But that deal is breaking down. While wages have grown slowly, the cost of essentials has exploded. Housing is the biggest example. Rent has risen dramatically across most American cities. Buying a home is now out of reach for millions. The problem isn't that people stopped working. The problem is that the cost of living is rising faster than incomes, and that gap keeps getting wider. So why haven't wages kept pace with the rising costs? One reason is productivity gains haven't translated into higher pay. Workers are producing more than ever, but wages haven't matched that growth. Another factor is globalization. Companies can now hire labor from anywhere in the world. That puts downward pressure on wages. At the same time, job security has declined. Contract work and gig jobs offer flexibility but less stability. All of this makes it harder for incomes to rise. Meanwhile, the costs keep climbing. Three expenses are driving America's cost of living crisis. The first is housing. Home prices have surged far faster than incomes. Higher interest rates made mortgages even more expensive. For many families, rent is now the only option. The second is healthcare. Americans pay more for healthcare than people in other countries. Even with insurance, medical bills can be overwhelming. One emergency can wipe out years of savings. The third is education. College costs have skyrocketed over the past few decades. Student debt follows people for years. Housing, healthcare, and education now consume a huge share of income, and that leaves less room for everything else. So what's actually driving prices higher? Inflation plays a role, but it's not the full story. Prices jumped after the pandemic. Supply chain disruptions made goods harder to get, but inflation has cooled. Yet prices haven't come back down. Another factor is corporate concentration. Fewer companies control more of the market. That gives them more power to raise prices, and less pressure to raise wages. Policy decisions also shape the cost of living. Zoning laws limit housing supply. Healthcare pricing lacks transparency, and education costs face little regulation. Together, these forces keep prices high, and the burden falls on households. So what does all of this mean for the future? For many Americans, financial pressure is becoming the new normal. Saving money is harder, and building wealth feels out of reach. Younger generations are feeling it the most. Many are delaying milestones like buying homes or starting families. Without changes, the gap will likely continue to grow. That has consequences beyond personal finances. It affects economic growth, stability, and trust. Solving it won't be easy. It will require changes in policy, markets, and priorities. Until then, millions will continue to feel squeezed. That's why America's cost of living crisis keeps getting worse.